everybody, welcome. Things that I'm going to be talking about today are Steam investments and how you can play and make money at the same time.
Welcome to SeixyTV.
Steam as a market, right? And kind of understanding how you can actually make money with that, understanding also the external markets, such as places like Skinbase, Skinbarrow, CS Money, all these different like cash out sites that you can actually grab money and kind of convert into different items, different goods, different cash, right? So in this case, we're going to be looking at commodity money, which is kind of CSGO skins is, it's a commodity that you can use to kind of create more cash in a sense, because there's people that are willing to pay for it, right? And we have to understand the market as a whole and to understand kind of your position. There's kind of like different websites that we're going to use. So yeah, like stay tuned. If I'm just kind of like going to touch on these, and there'll be probably a video made in each one of these explaining how you can make money with this and all this different stuff. But this is just kind of the first video in a series of kind of how to trade in Steam and how to make money on Steam, right? I stream almost every day and on Twitch, Seixy Beast. Link will be in the description. And I also have another channel where all my shenanigans from the stream and like the shit that we do with the mates goes to, which is SeixyTV. Planning on doing a proper kind of explanation of everything that at least I know about the market, and hopefully we can all learn together. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right in. So one of the first things that you kind of got to understand, so first things first, the community market in Steam. Now the community market on Steam, it's a beautiful thing, it offers different skins for different games and puts everything together into one thing, right? Now, interestingly enough, all the games are kind of intertwined thanks to the Steam community, right? So this is almost like the stock market for game assets or in-game assets, or in this case, in-game real estate in a sense, right? Obviously, if you own that, you can actually purchase it, and it has this kind of like gloat or different things that you can actually benefit from. But yeah, so for example, you can buy the Shutter Web case, which is actually a new container that just came out, right? And you can see like kind of the price history of the item and how it has behaved since inception, right? Like you can get it for $577 when the first operation came out, and you see kind of this is CSGO. CSGO tends to have extremely high liquidity in terms of buying and selling. There's a market within the game and outside of the game, which we'll be discussing a little bit further. But yeah, this is kind of like where you buy and sell most of your items. For me, there's different ways that I input money into here. It's not directly giving money to Steam, but there are benefits of maybe going into the game and going into different websites and kind of purchasing stuff there, buy it with a premium discount, let's just call it. But yeah, so far, in order to buy and sell, it's just one thing that you're gonna need to learn to do is kind of understand buying and selling orders, right? So let's just say, for example, buying and selling orders are pretty simple. You can either set buying price right here, for example. Like right now, there's 29 people wanting to buy this particular case for $1.16. And there are 3 people that are willing to sell this item for $1.18. And obviously you can see the total numbers. 59,000 cases are being put out for sale, and almost 1 million are wanting to be bought. Most of the time, kind of like this is, we use this price as kind of like the base price. If we go into like different websites, you can actually find, if we go into different websites, for example, let's go into like Skinbase, which is the one I use the most so far. Right, this is a third-party website that actually allows you to buy and sell skins. Not only CS skins, but it actually has like a couple different markets that are incorporated within this market, right? So we're talking about DOTA 2 skins, Rust skins, Team Fortress. Here, what we have, it's like, this is a different marketplace, and in this marketplace, we're talking about real cash. Now, there's fees kind of like that you got to take into account. There's fees coming into the market, there's fees exiting the market, there's all these different notions that you kind of get to take into account, and obviously you want to play that in such a way to do your advantage. Obviously, the more you read, this is just kind of like a lay through. Each side I will be explaining further depending on how this video does. So if you find any of this useful and you want to keep watching, just hit that like, subscribe, whatever, just to show me some interest, and I'll give it my all. but I'll be doing possibly like I'm gonna try to be doing a video every day, at least for the first week, and see how that is kind of received. But in this case, right, like we can see that they have like the CSGO items and what everything is about. So we can see you can get skins at a premium discount, Dota 2 items which have similar things, less restrictions on when you can trade them. Team Fortress, Rust, C1BR, apparently this is, you know, so you can definitely get some good items. Actually, usually when you see 40%, it's actually a good price. Ooh. And this is in American dollars because I don't have my thing. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. But yeah, I don't play this enough, so. But you know, sometimes you can make a profit by just trading items. There's other websites like Skin Baron, right? Like big players like Anomaly and all, like different players like TDM Jesus and all those different guys that right now kind of advertising. Try to go for websites that have a lot of backing by either, you know, people that you know, people that you trust, because you never know when this websites might just try to screw you over. So at least these are well-known websites where a lot of money it's kind of flowing through, and they'll lose more money by trying to scam you than by trying to, you know, than by just offering the service of trading, right? But obviously you can see here that there's different prices. Obviously this is in euros. You can change it in different places. Like you can try to see what kind of website is the one that you want to go for, you know. And you obviously have like CS Money, which is like a trade bot website, which is a little bit more straightforward, and each website offers something different to kind of make money from, right? I like Skinbase just because it was one of the first websites I grabbed, and it's actually provided me with decent returns on my investments. So there's that, right? So now we're going into like the external tools that I use to kind of like understand prices and understand different offers and ways to make money, right? So one of the first websites that I ever kind of look at CSGO backpack, right? Like if whenever you have an inventory that starts getting pretty big, it's really hard to kind of like keep track of it. You can actually keep track of with an Excel file, but that's kind of a little bit more work, right? So for example, here I can keep an eye out for all of the skins that I have and everything that's within my game, right? So obviously right now I have 302 items. Obviously I have items spread out into different websites, may or may not, you know, times of service. But this is where I kind of like get an idea for what my items are worth, right? And obviously you can see that you can like get, for example, like different pricing, different things, right? Like what are you getting, how are you getting it, and all that different stuff, right? So yeah, it shows kind of like the items, how many you have, everything in between. And obviously, as you can see, like since I started like in November of last year, and I think I invested at like about $100 into CS, including the Operation Pass when it was like first came out, right? And obviously you can see like there has been like an increase, decrease. These decreases haven't been because of the market has gone down, but because I've actually like moved items in and out of storage units, or items in and out of like my Steam account into other accounts for trading and all this different stuff, right? But right now my account is worth about $200, which actually doesn't show the last day. I'll probably show tomorrow, right? But right now, like I'm valued at 205. Another website that I like to use is it's from Steam Tools, and it's like the item value sorter. You know, it'll be interesting if anybody knows Excel or kind of like, you know, Python and all that different shit. It'll be extremely interesting to start creating like bots for this, you know. So if you guys are ones that are interested in this, like, yo, hit me up, you know, for sure. But for example, in this case, right, like we can see what are the kind of prices, like with including fees, right? So we're talking, so yeah, we can see, for example, right now we can, you know, including my fees, I have around $181, right? Just because I have like, I have money in different cases. For example, the Spectrum 2 case I have quite a bit on, the Gamma 2 case I have quite a bit on, right? So even if we look at the count, like the glove case, I'm actually extremely invested just because I bought at 15 cents. Right now it's about around 28 cents, including the Steam tax. I've almost doubled my money, and I and my expectation is that the time will continue to go up. I've also gotten rid of a bunch of cases because they're actually selling in different places, which is actually one of the reasons I enjoy Skinbase. Skinbase has like little traffic, but at the same time, there's a benefit. When there's a lack of supply, there's an increasing price. So for example, if we're to go to Skinbay and we go to my balance, we can see that here I sold a case for around 30 cents. Interestingly enough, I've sold it for 30 cents, right? Which is, you say, oh, it's not a lot, you know, whatever. But this cases cost me around 2 cents, 3 cents, right? Like if we go to the Steam market right now, I bought this cases for less than this. Like I can assure you less than this. You know, you can see like right now they're even going higher in price, and they're going to keep going in price, but people buy them because they're suddenly like sudden hikes. But I keep trading with my friends, and like that's one thing that I would say, right? Like not many people are willing, like their cases are worth shit, right? And people are willing to trade cases. So I buy cases at like what they would get from the Steam market. I just put it all together so I don't have to do the work, and that's a benefit that my friends get, right? I grab that and like I kind of like turn them around, and that's kind of how it got started with like small little trades where you're making like $1 here, 50 cents here, you know, and you're grabbing like trash, turning it into like cases. Then you can actually bulk sell to different sites. And for example, here you see like increases in prices that are just kind of like extreme, right? But I remember paying for the cases that I sold around 2 cents, and then I sold them for 30 cents each. There's not that many. I only sold like 10, right? But that's an opportunity that many people are missing, right? So websites like this, you know, there's different opportunities that pop up. Another opportunity that popped up in Skinbay was I bought the CSGO weapon case number 3 for 76 cents. And actually I could sell those right now for $1.20. That's 50 cents on every case, right? That's not a lot of money. It's more invested, but it was an opportunity that I got. Another opportunity that I got was when the keys actually dropped in price because they couldn't be traded no more. Only the keys that were already in the market could be traded. So I did purchase a bunch of those, and in here they were about for like $2. I purchased, you can now sell those for about $7. So there's items and there's opportunities, and I can't tell you how to trade exactly, but I can tell you that there's opportunities that can be made depending if you're paying attention to the market, right? So if you're here at the right time, suddenly you can get double your money, triple your money, right? And it's an extremely volatile market. So there's still a lot of risk, right? It's almost money again, like that you're willing to spend for a skin that you want, but sometimes you can play with those skins and then wait for them to go up, and then next thing you know, you realize you make more money. For example, I saw a gun Guinea for $1,500. Right now they're going for $3,000, which is insane, right? So that's 100% return on your money. And I'm talking about pure cash in this case, right? So it's an extremely volatile market, and the more you pay attention to it, the more profit you can make. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it at. Hopefully, you know, I gave you a little bit of information for you guys to kind of understand, you know, and I hope that you guys, you know, hit the subscribe again, you know. But hey, you don't have to I understand that trading is not for everybody, but hey, I've made quite a bit of money, you know. I started with $80 cash. Now I have $180, you know, and I'm hoping to just that money to continue growing at that exponential rate. And I'll keep you up to date. And if you guys like, depending on what you want to see, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to like lean towards that, right? So I want to make content that I can somehow benefit you guys, right? Again, thanks so much for watching. Stay goddamn frosty, and good night. Or good day, or who the fuck knows when you're watching this, because I don't really care. You know, as long as you're watching it, thanks for watching this far. I appreciate you, boys.